Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Emanuele Petener. Thank you very much for being with us. I met Burcu Uzun. Burcu Uzun, is that my pronunciation correct? Burcu Uzun? Not really.
Burcu Uzun.
Burcu. So I always called you Burcu, and now I realize that I was completely wrong. But well, that's a very good start. Burcu. Still, I like Burcu. You know, I am Italian, so
Yes,
I pronounce as I read it, as if it were an Italian name. But Burcu, okay, Burcu. So I met Burcu, I think, a couple of years ago. She was so nice and so lovely to interview me for about John Fante, an Italian-American writer I wrote about. I'm an assistant professor and writer in residence at Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton, Florida. But today I am in a certain way the host. I'm interviewing Burcu or Burcu. And so let me say something about her, about this beautiful, wonderful young woman. And I think that we are going to discover and to find out something very interesting and even exciting today, thanks to her. Burcu Uzun is a young woman from Istanbul. She's a student. She's studying Turkish language and literature at Bozici University. Did I pronounce that correctly? No.
It's nice, but different.
Tell me the right pronunciation.
It's hard and Bozici.
It's impossible. I had Googled the name to find the right pronunciation, and I was told Bozici, but okay, it's completely anyway in Istanbul. She's studying, as I told you, Turkish language and literature, but also as an Erasmus exchange student, she studied at University of Vienna in the Department of Oriental Studies. Burcu is a published poet. Her poems and articles appeared in several magazines, and also she's the author of podcasts on literature and culture. What for me is truly even moving is Burcu's passion for literature. It's not the passion of someone who is in a certain way want to pass her time or wants just to be special, pursuing a passion that is not so usual anymore. No, Burcu's passion is actual, is real, and she's pursuing with true talent, but also with discipline, because art without discipline is absolutely wasted. In Vienna, Burcu made an unusual and risky choice. She decided to make street poetry. And this is my first question, because I don't think that everybody knows what street poetry is. So, Burcu, what is street poetry?
It's a street performance, after all, and I had my type machine, my typewriter, and imagine a person who has typewriter and the person is writing poetry for you as a street performance. It's like singing a song, but with the words.
Bonjour, are you paid for that? Or this is for free? I mean, people are coming to you. Let's also to locate the situation. Are you in a bar? Where are you on the street? Where are you when you write your poems?
I was in Burcu, a park in Vienna. Also, I was in different places, and it's mostly on the parks, and you are outside and not inside, I can say. And the first time I was in the Burgarten, and it is a very touristic area of the city, and you are in the touristic areas and streets.
And do you have a kind of a table and you are offering poetry? How does it work? Let us explain how it works, because it's not so usual. It's not something we are used to. So we want to understand exactly what is this street poetry.
I didn't have a table, and I just had my typewriter and my papers and my pencil. And I was sitting on the floor, and I was like, I didn't have a chair or something else. I was like, I could move, I could walk easily, and I was kind of free, and I think it's better. And I wasn't paid for that. And I know some people who take donations for this, the other street poets, but I did this for just gifting poems to people. It was gift, and I couldn't be paid. And I remember someone who tried to give me money for my poem, and I was like, no, please don't do that. And
well, it would be perfectly legitimate anyway. I mean, you are offering a service. So it makes sense. I just went to New Orleans, and in New Orleans there is a street poet, and he was offering his service on the main street, but he was paid for that, and it worked. Let me tell me if there is a difference. Actually, you can go to him and tell him your story, what, and he was writing a poem about what you needed, about according to your needs, according to your wishes. So this is how it worked with you. So people came to you, they told you, I don't know, my boyfriend broke my heart, I would like to have a poem about that. Does it work this way?
Yes, I had a writing. I can show you. Okay, I will show it. I had something like this on my typewriter writing.
Okay.
It's in Turkish, and in English I wrote that the poems are gifts. Just choose your topic, and I will write a poem for you. And it's for free. I wrote it on a paper. So people were coming to me.
In English language.
Yes, because I didn't think that my German is enough, and I thought English
good
would
enough,
be better.
Of course.
And also,
sure,
I would like to show you something. I'm still hiding this 2 euros for my poems, like that.
What's that? Okay, it's a new two euros.
Yeah.
And this is
Yes.
what you earned.
I
I
will
mean,
always.
people came to you. I suppose that also people were not used to this kind of situation. As far as I know, is not so usual, right? First of all, how did it come to your mind?
Mhm.
How did you think one day, okay, I want to do street poetry?
Mhm. Uh, in Istanbul, especially it started in Istanbul at first, not Vienna. But
So did you did it in Istanbul as well?
no, actually, I after coming after Vienna, I did it here as well. But the starting point was in Istanbul, and that was like a big story. And I would like to share with you because it's very interesting. One day before coming to Vienna, before going to Vienna, I was sitting a cafe in Istanbul, and I was writing something, and I was alone, and a man came there for drinking tea and starts having conversation with the owner of the cafe, and he was a calligrapher, and
Oh,
then suddenly he asked me, would you like me to write something for you? And if you wish, I can give you a gift by writing your name in calligraphy. And I was surprised, and I said, it's very nice of you, and I will be happy if you do that. And then he wrote me a note, my name, and he said, I can also write for your loved ones, for your mom, your brother. And I said, of course, I wanted. And then he wrote, and I was like, um, I should do something for him as well. And I want to give him something in return. And I knew he wouldn't accept money. And I thought, what could I do for him? And then I was like, okay, I can write. I'm a literature student, and I can just give it a try. And then I said, it was hard. I can I write a poem for you? And he said, yes. And that's how it all starts. And I wrote him a poem in almost 5 minutes and gave him, and then he really appreciated it. Then I was like, if he does that, I can do something like that.
So this was the beginning of your adventure as a street poet, correct?
Yes, but also he told me something. We were talking about art, and hadiths and words of Prophet Muhammad, and it was saying that whatever a human is created for, the action is made easy for him or her by God. Like, I have noticed that I can easily write, and the writing that I write is good. So it was like, okay, that's my thing. I just kind of enlightened moment about my passion of
Yes,
writing.
yes. What is your motivation? You want just to you want to help, to support, to create um, like a kind of I don't know, an emotional support. It seems like it seems to me that it's not only poetry, but in a certain way, It's an act of affection to people you do not know.
Yeah.
Like a gift for the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I mean, first let me understand it. Tell me some stories about these people coming to you, the story that really stayed in your mind.
Mm-hmm. It's a very good question, I think. I remember someone coming to me. She chose a topic, and the topic was, she told me, can you write a poem about a girl who loves sunrise? And it was very interesting.
Excuse me, who loves what?
Sunrise.
Ah, okay, yes.
And
Okay.
I was like, she was searching for something, like she needed it, like she needs some positive things in her life. And
Yes.
and then I think that we should help ease each other's pain, like, because people are very sad, and every person and everyone has a lot of problems, and that makes so sense to me in terms of your question, because I realized that I don't want to go without making a person smile. I mean,
As a matter of fact, this is not only poetic job or poetic work, but it's a therapist work in a certain way.
yeah.
Yes, it's very, very interesting because these people are coming to you and they don't know you, but they trust you with the story to the point of asking you to write something for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's kind of miracle for me. Still, it still means that poetry and literature have a power much stronger than what we could think in our modern time. But anyway, I mean, did it ever happen to you to feel you were not able to write what expected?
Mm,
I mean, you know what, Burcu, what really surprises me that you were not worried or even terrified. I would have been terrified personally, because let's imagine someone coming, as you said, people have problems, people have pains, and they are coming to you sharing these pains, these problems, and and you have very quickly, you have not time to think so much. You need to write something good for them, something that also could be a kind of consolation for them.
mm-hmm.
Did it ever happen to you not to be able to do that, to perform as you were expected?
I was so afraid before doing this. I'm an introvert by nature, and I don't like attention a lot. And being the center of attention makes me uncomfortable normally. Also, I'm shy and I am usually very slow, and my friends all know
In
that.
writing?
Also in writing, also in my
Such a challenge for you. Also, such a challenge for your personality. You're shy. You are. Yes, you take your time. So really, I think that yes, it was a kind of therapy, but maybe also for you, not only for the people coming to you. Is that right?
true. And as you say, I was so afraid, and I was like, okay, it's not only about me. If I have this gift of writing, it doesn't belong to me. And my gift has its owner, and then I left everything to the infinite power within me. I must say that, because when I thought about this, I was relaxed and I had the courage, because the gift doesn't belong to me. So I was like, the higher power was the one who gave me this gift.
Yeah.
So it's up to this power. So I was like, okay, Burcu, uh, just be relaxed. And it was a challenge for me as well. And I saw that everything was really easy. Even though
Yeah.
I had the attention normally, or I was so slow, when I was writing poetry for people, I was fast. And the attention didn't annoy me. And it was like a miracle.
Yes, yes, it was a very fascinating situation. I wonder if, tell me the truth, some vanity is involved. In a certain way, you were a little goddess over there, right? I think giving your words, giving your words to the audience. So there is some vanity, some ego involved. Is that right?
I was
You have
not.
not to be ashamed about that. I mean, writers have ego, sometimes a little much, but it's part of the game.
I was nothing. Then I was everything. It was something like that.
Mm.
And everything was me in the book garden. I don't know if it sounds crazy, but I'm crazy. And we are crazy, I think.
But Burcu, what was the reaction of people after giving them poems?
Um,
Was
I
was anyone disappointed?
know. And or they were so nice to not to
Not
say.
to say that.
Yeah. But I really appreciate that people of Vienna were so respectful. And I told you that I was afraid and I was vulnerable. So then I had the courage, and people didn't disappoint me at all. And they were so nice. They were telling me, you should do that. You are very talented, and I really like it. And a girl once wanted to hug me, and she was almost crying, and it was very emotional moment. We hugged each other. And you know, people of Vienna, I don't know if you know, but they are so cold, and they have the borders.
They have that reputation.
They are not
Yes.
like Italians or
Yes.
Turkish people. Um,
They do not have that reputation exactly. For us Italians, the stereotype we have in our mind about people in Vienna, yes, they are not so, I mean, open and warm, etc. I mean, maybe it's only a stereotype, so I don't know. But you already told us about that. There are some other memory that you cannot forget about this experience. Encounter people.
yes, I had a memory. Um, a little girl came to me, and she was very interested in my typewriter and the thing going on. And she said, I would like to write a poem for you as well. And I said, really? Yes, she was like 6 years old, and 6 or 7.
Ooh.
And she
Little
wrote
child.
me a poem.
Bellissimo.
Yes, and
But it is, sorry, is that in German?
yes, German. It's about the ride a bicycle and you have the hat. When you
Okay.
ride bicycle, you must wear something as a hat.
Yes.
And
Yes, helmet. Yes.
yes. And she wrote about it. And it was absurd and it was nice.
Very strange topic.
Sorry?
It was a very strange topic.
Yes, and very, yeah, it was good. I don't know.
She was 6 year old, you said. 6 year old.
Yes.
A little child.
Yes,
And she wanted to write a poem for you.
Yes.
Still, this is still, it's amazing for me. The fact that you see a little child, a young woman like you, or a man still have this need for poetry. So my next question is almost philosophical. Does poetry still matter in the world?
I
Because,
think
poets, I mean, poor guys, they don't earn any money. Nobody wants to publish their books. Nobody cares about poetry. It's that what it seems, but then as your experience is telling us exactly the opposite, because people are coming to you asking for a poem, not for, I don't know, a song. Because if you are there with a guitar and already this would have been more understandable, not a poem. A poem. It's fantastic according to me.
yeah.
This little child coming to you and writing a poem for you. I mean, so still poetry mysteriously matters. What do you think?
Yes, I think so. And I think everyone is a poet on a different level, and every action we do can be a poetic. So it's like it's a way of living, I think, to be open, to be aware of the things going on, to not to forget about